Okay, we'll get the opening statement from Coach and then take questions after. Raise your hands, please.
Okay, I just want to say thanks to everybody at Alabama for a great regional, another incredible show in college softball, and congrats to Virginia Track on just a great year. They're just a very classy team. The coaching staff is awesome. The kids are awesome. I told a couple of them I can't wait to see them at the Rhodes House, and I will be cheering for them this summer in the AUSL when they play pro ball here. And just a great final. And I think for this team to get 40 wins is one of the best accomplishments we've had as a program. It's just very, very satisfying to see that 4-0 right behind Alabama.
Sorry, questions, Katie?
Another one-run game with Virginia Tech. Are you surprised?
No, God. I was hoping it would be 3-0, but that's okay. Hey, the win's a win. They're just a good hitting team, you know. And I just felt like they were going to make a run at some point. And you know, Duxer made some hellacious plays at first base. A couple of the outfielders made plays on the warning track, and you guys saw how bad slippery that was out there. You know, we kept our footing. Lojo made a couple plays. Audrey made a couple plays. You know, they're just a really good hitting team, and it's tough to shut them out.
Tony?
This is like the 18th time in 19 seasons that you guys have made the Super Regional round. I know you guys probably not inside the program, don't take it for granted, but do you think that that gets lost on people of how difficult it is to do what you've just done?
Absolutely. It's unbelievable. You just don't do that. And I thank you for saying it, because it is. It's very difficult. But I just think it's expected. We're expected, right? They know it. And as a coaching staff, we know it. But outside the program, this is a very difficult thing to do. And I think we've had 4 losses at home since 2005 in regional play. Think about that. We've been at home every single one. 20 years, 4 losses at home. So it's a credit to the fans, to our young ladies that defend the home turf. They play their best at home, and it's just it's an unbelievable stat.
Anna?
Audrey Vandegrift worked a 10-pitch at bat, then hit that triple. How did that really set the tone as far as working deep into the pitch count, and was patience at the bat something?
She was very good. You know, she fouled off like 2 or 3, took the iffy pitches. I really thought that was going to be a good omen for us after that at bat. I think like Duxer's walk, I think with the she either made the bases loaded. That was a huge. It was full count, and she had swung it something right here before. She took it, and then that's kind of when the floodgates opened with Lojo's hit, and I think Audrey got a walk after that too. So strike zone was key.
Joe?
Coach, on that same track with Lauren, 0-3 yesterday, but then as the first inning, wasn't able to convert 2 more hits and then cashed in the RBIs. What is it about her mindset at the plate that is able to do that, erase yesterday's performance? And then Lauren, if you could talk about your approach at the plate as well.
She's very gritty. She's very competitive, and I just feel like good things are going to happen when she's up to bat. I think everybody on the team feels that way. She's shown that consistently throughout this year. Last year, she's just like that pest in the box. Something good is going to happen when you put it in play, and that's usually what she does.
Chase?
Nope.
I'm sorry.
I mean, that's my motto, short and sweet. I just want to get things done for our program and for our team to just put the ball in play. And good things happen, as you saw today. So that's just been our motto this year.
Sorry, Lloyd. Chase?
Coach, when Virginia Tech looked like they were going to rally in the 2nd and 3rd inning, Caitlin had 2 outs with nobody on in both of those innings. I'm pretty sure Virginia Tech didn't have a runner in scoring position with less than 2 out the whole day until the home run. Can you just speak to the importance of getting early outs with nobody on?
Yeah, she made really good pitches, and it seemed like she was pretty economical. I don't know how many pitches she threw, but it seemed like it was pretty quick. 88, not bad.
Yeah.
So for the most part, you know, she hit her spots, got ahead. You know, I mean, they're a good hitting team. You saw how many balls that kind of hung up in the air a little bit, but she made pitches when she needed to, and then we made plays too when we needed to.
Katie?
For Caitlin, you had, because the rest of the pitching staff was so efficient this weekend, you were able to sit back and watch and kind of prepare for this game, probably knowing you were going to start today. Just kind of, what was your mindset this weekend, and then kind of what was working for you out there through 6 shutout innings?
The goal is to get 21 outs as quick as possible and letting your defense work for you, because everyone knows I'm not the biggest strikeout pitcher in the world. I'm going to let our defense work and to get outs, and that is exactly what they did today.
Tony?
Lauren, just, I talked with Pat about, maintaining that standard. What does he do? You've had 2 years in the program. What does he do to kind of allow you guys to keep that consistency and keep this thing rolling?
I mean, I feel like I've been here a lot longer than 2 years. Honestly, just learning from Jenna and everything. I mean, Murph, he puts trust in every person he puts in that lineup. And so when I step in the box, automatically I know I'm going to get it done. I'm going to give it my best, and I believe he believes that we're going to get it done too. So it's easy to believe in a coach who believes in you, and he does that.
Theodore?
Caitlin, I mean, you're up against, one of the best hitters in the country, McMillan, and, you guys kept her off the bases. Just what was your approach going against, such a hitter, that prolific, and then just how's it feel keeping her off the bases?
It feels good for sure, but she's a really good hitter, and she did really well today. I'm gonna be honest, she got a hold of some balls that I was like, all right, it's just gonna be a dogfight. So she's a really good hitter.
Jalen?
Coach, it rained, 3 hour delay, and the crowd was still pumped up. Just talk about the crowd's effect on this game.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. So, we sat in the clubhouse for 3 hours. Just, as the home coach, you worry about that a little bit because it's happened before. And I mean, the crowd was in a frenzy. It was a Friday night, and we kept getting lightning delays, and they canceled it. And I felt like it took the wind out of our sails that year. This year, I'm praying in the clubhouse that they either stay or they come back. And when we came out of the clubhouse, I think all of us were like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of people still here. It's going to be a home field advantage, which is what we want, when you host a regional. But seriously, they're best fans in the country, and they stayed with us. That was a long time to wait it out. Can't thank them enough. And you guys.
Nick?
Murph, more in the fifth inning, single, bunt single, walk, driving two. Was that just sort of your classic postseason by any means necessary?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And one thing that was kind of lost was Brooks' bunt single, which was, I told her when she got to third, you're the best non-bunter we've ever had in our program. If you've watched us, every single time I give her a drag bunt, it's a hit. I think she's like 7 for 7. And today was maybe the best one all year. And then, we talked about it in the dugout to shrink the zone, stay in the zone, take what she gives you, take the walk, see it down. And, we got a couple walks there. And then Lojo put it in play, and we got 2 RBIs on that hit. And it kind of gave us some light there.
Katie?
For Murph, with some of the issues y'all had in the 6th and 7th this season, just how important was it for Brewski to come in and get those 2 quick outs, and then really just the pitching staff as a whole this weekend kind of doing their jobs?
And that was huge, especially against McMillan, because I think that was her first one she faced. And that was very confident Brewski. That was a great sequence of pitches too. And obviously we all know that she's a great hitter. So that was a big out. And then for her to not drag it along was unreal. And we gave out 3 lineup cards, 1 to Kate, 1 to Brewski, and then the third one was a defensive to Dukesher. So 2 pitchers got it and a defender. So, that was big defensively for us.
Chase?
Caitlin, can you speak to the ball that went off your leg in the 7th? Did that affect you at all thereafter? And then for Coach, was that play at all in your mind when you made the pitching change?
It hurt for sure, but honestly, it kind of locked me back in a little bit, and then things happened. Just ball left and right.
A shin or a knee or?
Shin. So, yeah.
A little bit. She had her 0-2. I think if she would have finished her, I would have kept her in. But just break the momentum, and it was 4th time. It would have been the 4th time they saw her. So we usually try to keep track of that, and if it's for sure past 3, we bring in somebody new.
Joe?
Coach, did you have to catch a ride to get to Road Stadium today?
Yes. There was a big ass tree in the road, the only road to get out of my neighborhood, down, and all our neighborhood had trees down, and my neighbor directly from me had a tree on their chimney, on their fireplace, on their bricks. So I went over and helped them, and then I looked at my watch, it was 9:30, and somebody said, well, the road is closed. you're gonna either have to get a helicopter or get on a boat. And then I started to panic a little, and one of the neighbors called somebody in Tuscaloosa, and I walked about, I don't know, a fourth of a mile down the road, went through a ditch, up a hill, past a tree, and then got on the other side of it, and the buddy was there to pick me up. So, yeah, I don't know how I'm getting home. I just thought of that. I don't have a car.
Nick?
Kind of joking, but kind of not. I don't know how traveling works between rounds, but are you guys packing for multiple weeks in Oklahoma?
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. I'm not coming home. I'm just gonna stay there.
Anyone else? Either.
Yeah, Coach, we talked a lot about, you know, the defensive, cleaning that stuff up, how you had your whole come to Jesus meeting with the team. But, I mean, the numbers are staggering. 57 errors over 48 games and then 3 over the last 12. Just how much does it mean to you seeing just how well your players have taken, you know, what you said to heart there?
That's incredible. I didn't know it was that good, but I'm sure the pitchers do it. Just, they really work hard in practice too. It was something that we put an emphasis on, and sometimes if you talk about it too much, then it becomes in their head. So we just went back to fundamentals for about a week. It was spring break too. I remember it was spring break practice, and we did some of the things that we did in the fall for like 2 days. Nobody asked why, or, you know, why are we going back to this? It was just like, okay, this is what we're doing. And it was back to fundamental day, and then it kind of took off from there, and it's been good for, I think when we went to A&M, we had an errorless 3-game series there, and it kind of went from there.
Thank you, ladies. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks a lot, everybody. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.